Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the second chakra and guided by life force. Today is a galactic activation portal, and so we want to take especially good care of our physical bodies, of our spiritual bodies, really give ourselves time for that rest, for that rejuvenation, for whatever it is that we need to do in order to feed our spirit, fuel our souls, and our bodies. It's a great day to nurture ourselves. The galactic signature of today is the red lunar Skywalker energy. And so the red Skywalker energy is all about exploration, space, and wakefulness. And we're being guided to explore our living dream today. Explore ourselves, explore our minds, explore our environment, and see what we can gain, what we can understand from this wakeful exploration. It's a day to be daring. It's a day to move beyond all of our limitations and really open ourselves up to the expansiveness and the possibilities that exist. It's also a day to work, and this is with this activation portal, we want to really work on this aspect, and that is the aspect of ensuring that we are a clear channel, right? The space aspect of this is extremely important. It's understanding the value of space, the value of nothingness, the value of the fact that that space is where everything exists and resides and all possibilities are born. The universe, our manifested reality, is made up of mostly space, as are we, even though it seems not the case when we look at the density of our physical forms. But there is space in everything. It is that space that contains possibility. That space is where the divine resides in everything, but especially in that empty space. So being those clear channels of space, right? Creating that space within us for all of this energy to come and move through is another way that we can really experience this day. It's about connecting and uniting heaven and earth. So really being grounded and rooted, but also being connected above. And when we are grounded and rooted and we are connected above and we hold that empty space within us, then we are able to receive more clearly all of the downloads, all of the communications, all of the light that is coming in for us, and we're able to better experience our own light. The affirmation for today is, I polarize in order to explore stabilizing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of life force. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And so it's this idea with that lunar tone, right, which is all about polarity, contrast, challenge, all of these things, that we want to really challenge our perception of ourselves. We want to challenge ourselves to be more daring, to be more alive, to be more fully incarnated, and to really transcend anything, any old paradigms, any conditionings, any aspects of the self or the perception of the self that are outdated. And I mean, we see this with a lot of the different energies, right? We're constantly being asked to do this. We have for the astrology today, the moon in the sign of Taurus still. And the moon is moving out of conjunction with Uranus and into conjunction with true black moon. And so we're feeling very, very much marching to the beat of our own drum is this kind of energy. This could be a little bit of a stubborn energy where we kind of want things our way. Anywhere where we feel as though people are impeding our ability to be ourselves, to express ourselves, to experience our life the way that we want to experience it, especially when it comes to our comfort level today. We may be pushing back against that a little bit, so we want to be aware of that. We have the Sun conjunct Venus, and so the Sun, Venus, Neptune, and the Moon were all conjunct, right, during that new moon. And now that conjunction is broken up. However, the Sun and Venus are going to be moving together through the rest of Pisces and into the sign of Aries together. And they're going to be conjunct. They'll be exactly conjunct right around the full moon, right? But they're going to be still conjunct within a few degrees of each other, right through the middle of April, especially that first week of April. So we're going to be feeling this energy a lot, and it's about the self, right, with the Sun's energy. And so in the sign of Pisces, we're seeing the reflection of the self in the lens of the collective, the self and the other. And we're seeing the ways that we can meld ourselves and blend ourselves and be of service in the collective, and understand our identity from that unifying perspective. And then when we have the Sun and Venus moving into Aries, we're going to be seeing things from a more individualistic perspective. And it's really going to be about the self. And this, as we can see with all of these different aspects that we've had that have been calling us to really put into practice what we've learned about our empowerment. This is kind of prepping us for this time when the Sun and Venus move into Aries, and we really are establishing that firm sense of self, understanding who we are, fully present in the now moment. Aries is very present in what's going on right now. It's not about the energy of the past. It's about the energy of what is happening in this moment. Who am I in this moment in time? And really understanding that and refining that. So that's really beautiful energy that we are moving into. And then we have a lot of the same stuff going on that we've been talking about. I want to actually pull some Black Moon astrology cards this morning for you guys. Clear. What guidance do we have for today? March 17th. So we have Mars coming out as the first card here. And this would be the energy of empowerment, right? North Node wanted to pop out. We'll see if it comes out, though. Oh, this one definitely did. Then we have the 10th house, the world. All right. So this is us leaving our mark on the world with these two cards together. How are we wanting to leave our mark on the world? This is our ambition. This is our drive. This is how we are seen by others. And then we have the IC card popping up, Sagittarius, interestingly enough, right? And so really looking at that, understanding that, getting into that philosophical space with the Sagittarius energy. And the Sagittarius energy, this is very much about our ideals, our beliefs, our morals, our faith, right? And so how are we leaving that imprint in the world? What is the world? How are we showing the world? How are we exemplifying what it is that we believe, what it is that we're passionate about, what it is that has meaning for us, right? Are we leaving a mark on the world that has meaning for us? And if not, and we had the Solar Eclipse Revolution card trying to pop out with the Pluto Transformation card. So that's a lot of intense transformative energy, right? We're really, our vision for ourselves is transforming right now. Our vision for what it is that we want to achieve, our vision about who we are, right? And who in turn we want to show the world. The world's vision of us may be transforming as well right now. And by this, I mean like the people in our reality, they may be looking at us different. They may be seeing us differently. And we are really, there's just a transformation both in the way we see ourselves and the way that we are perceived right now in the world. And then we have Uranus Genius coming out with the 4th house, Roots. So this is also a transformation when it comes to home, when it comes to family life, when it comes to all of those deeply ingrained aspects of ourselves, right? The belief systems that we picked up in childhood, the programming we picked up in childhood. Just a lot of information, a lot of transformation around that as well. And just really seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing how we can organize. Once again, it's that home energy coming through with the 4th house, right? So how are we organizing? How does our home, how does our foundation, what is the foundation that we're setting for ourselves that's going to allow us to move out into the world, right? Do we have a firm foundation in place from which to then move out in this direction and go after what it is that we desire, leave that mark on the world? And so we're going to be thinking about that. We're going to be finding ways to unify these two aspects. With the 10th house right over the 4th house, the way I put them down is really interesting because these are opposing houses in the chart, right? So we have the midheaven, and then we have the IC down here, and I'm seeing the IC. So that's really interesting, right? So it's like, I'm feeling this too as like, how am I at home and how am I in the world? Am I different? How am I different? There are some ways that we are, right? And some of those ways are good, but it's also like, am I being the same person in my private life that I am being outwardly in the world? And if not, do I want to be? What aspects of myself do I want to keep to myself, and what aspects do I want to share? Right? Really understanding that balance also. This is like an introvert and extrovert balance here, right? When am I extroverted? When do I need to be introverted? And different people, different ones of us, right? we need different amounts of time in these two levels of expression. Some people who are naturally introverted by nature, we need a lot of that alone time to recharge. Some people don't need as much. They recharge. Extroverts recharge by being around people. So it's really understanding that balance and how to honor that balance within yourself. How to balance the home life with the work life, with the purpose, right? How to with the goals and the ambition. So it's that Cancer Capricorn axis that we're talking about right now. So that is definitely interesting. And then we have the 11th house, friends. And so this is friends. This is also networking. This is about the connections that we're making. This is about us coming together for a greater cause. And so I'm definitely feeling this energy, though, as like people also looking at who is in my reality, who is around me, and how are they adding to the picture of who I want to be. How is their energy contributing or detracting? So we're definitely going to be looking at that. We're going to be looking at our circle, our inner circle, right? As well as our outer circle. And we're going to be looking at, especially once we have that Sun and Venus moving into Aries, right? How are these connections benefiting me? What are they giving me? It's like right now we're looking at what am I offering and what can we offer together? But we're also starting to move into that energy of like, what is this offering me? Is this filling my cup? Are these energies inspiring me, or are they draining me? Or are they just not doing much of anything, right? Like what is going on here? What am I wanting to bring into my reality? Especially those friends, that inner circle with the 11th house coming out right by the 4th house, right? They say you are who you hang with. And so the energies of the people that we surround ourselves with are energies that we tend to take on or embody, or they reflect to us where we're at. And some people may be noticing that your friendships are starting to not reflect where you're at anymore if your vibration is beginning to rise, and there it isn't. So there may be some issues of that. There may be issues where we're drawing new people in, where we're really reevaluating all of our connections right now, as well as our goals. And then we have the Grand Trine blessings. So I love that. I feel as though some people too are going to be blessed, are looking at the friendships and the relationships that they do have that are bringing stability and value to their lives, that are inspiring you. And you're feeling really grateful for those. And I feel like there's a lot of blessings that are going, like some people may be blessed with new friends who really help to inspire you. New people coming into your circle. There is a lot of beauty. Like we want to pay attention to which relationships have run their course, right? But we also want to pay attention to the ones that are flourishing, the ones where we do feel that symbiotic relationship, right? That reciprocal relationship of energy, and what it is that we can create together. How can we multiply our blessings by coming together, right? That's a lot of the energy of Aquarius as well, which rules the 11th house. And then we have Neptune sacrifice. Let's get a little more energy on that. And Pisces, I believe. So Neptune and Pisces coming out together. This is Neptune in Pisces, right? And so this is also that energy of really looking at what can we do? How can we come together, right? For the collective good, for the whole. What is it? It's one thing that we have been learning and understanding is the art of sacrifice and what sacrifice really means, right? When is sacrifice appropriate? Sacrifice is appropriate when it's for the highest good of all involved. And that includes the self. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices in order to have the things we want, in order to make the impact that we want to make. But we want to ensure that those sacrifices are in the highest good. And sometimes we may be giving up something, so it feels like it's not in our highest good, but what it is that we're gaining is. And so then that balances it out, and it puts it is in our highest good in that event, in that circumstance. However, if our sacrifices are draining and depleting us, then they are not in our highest good, and we have to figure out how to balance that out. So it's a lot of that super psychic energy with this Neptune and Pisces energy, right? Super collective energy. And Neptune's going to be in Pisces for a long time. Neptune has been, Neptune will be. So this is big energy, this really just bathing us in this Pisces energy, right? As we transition into that age of Aquarius, we still have that anchoring of that feeling of the age of Pisces, hopefully of the highest vibrations. That's what we're working on, learning how to exemplify, or the highest vibrations of the Neptune and Pisces energy, right? Which is just straight Neptune energy, because Neptune rules Pisces. And so that Neptune and Pisces really holding it down there. But we're being asked, what am I willing to sacrifice for what I believe in? What is that healthy sacrifice? This is also, when we talk about this energy, this is moving out of victim consciousness into that more empowered consciousness, which we're seeing up here with these energies. And so learning how to maintain that sense of self, but also contribute to that collective energy, and how to really prioritize and understand, like, all right, this is the impact that I want to make. This is my service, right? And so how do I do that in a way that feeds both me and everyone around me? And part of how we do that is also by collaborating with other people, right? We don't have to do any of this alone. This is a planetary ascension, right? We're ascending individually, but we are ascending as a collective. And so really coming together with our collective. Yeah, and then with the void, of course, moon, there's definitely that feeling still with this energy here of that little bit of confusion, that little bit of kind of like we're floating around ever since that new moon in this super dreamy energy, this super Pisces energy. Like, the Pisces energy is beautiful, but it does need things to anchor it down sometimes, or we can feel sort of like we're just floating in space. And so some people may be feeling that and be like, okay, so I'm seeing this energy that first came out in the beginning of the reading, but like I'm just still in this nebulous sort of space right now. And that's okay. We will be moving out of that space. I feel definitely with the full moon. The full moon is going to be assisting with that, I think. And then we have the moon and the fire, the soul and the passion, right? So our soul and our passion, really taking this time to look at what lights that fire within our soul. Right? Really feel into that. Use this Neptune and Pisces energy. If you are feeling a little lost, if you are feeling a little scattered, right? If you are feeling as though you're not seeing things 100% clearly right now, just take that time to dream. Take that time to connect with your soul and ask your soul, what sets us on fire? What fuels us? What matters to us? Because that's your service, that's your purpose. What matters the most to you, that's what it is. So really connecting with that. And then with this Leo I will energy and the lunar eclipse change, it's like, how can I bring that into fruition? That's the next step. But first, just connect with that. Just let yourself feel into that. And then allow yourself to express that. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you liked it, hit that like button. Drop a comment down below. Let me know how today's going for you, how you're feeling in these energies. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to do so. And my email is also down below with a description of the services that I offer. So reach out to me if you would like some assistance. I would love to be of assistance to you. Love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.